of course a doll is cursed. It's like the go-to item to be cursed. You've got Annabelle, this doll, you got furbies. But first, there was Robert. His story begins in the early 1900s in Key West, Florida, with little 4-year-old Eugene Robert Otto. The young boy had reportedly received the doll as a present from either his grandfather or from a house servant. Most sources claim it was a servant woman who apparently handmade the demonic doll and gave it to Eugene in retaliation for being mistreated by his parents. This certainly serves the whole curse narrative, so let's go with that. Either way, Eugene welcomed his new doll friend and decided to name him Robert. He is a life-size cloth doll stuffed with wood wool. Being life-sized, this thing's freaking huge, sitting at around 40 inches in length. Non-Americans would call that a meter. It's basically the size of another small child. Now best friends, the two were inseparable day in and day out, sitting, playing, solving differential equations. So after around 6 years of pretty much nothing super spooky happening, something super spooky happened. Eugene was having a nice deep dreamy sleep when he woke up to find Robert just kind of sitting at the foot of his bed, staring at him. That's not good. Soon after, Eugene's mom, who was also having a solid dream, was abruptly awoken by the sound of Eugene's desperate and terrified screams, accompanied by the banging and scraping of moving furniture. She quickly and unanimatedly rushed down the hallway, ripped the door open, and found little Eugene in a fetal position on his bed, clearly petrified in fear, with a still staring Robert on the bed. Oh, and all the furniture had been inexplicably overturned around the room. When questioned about what happened, Eugene simply said, "Robert did it." Oh, okay. Over the next several years, whenever there was mischief afoot, Robert was to blame. Although skeptical, Eugene's parents had their fair share of uneasy experiences too. Allegedly, they would hear Eugene conversing with Robert, which is innocent enough for kids with imaginary friends, but they would often hear an unfamiliar voice responding to Eugene in conversation, accompanied by creepy giggling. Sometimes they would even see Robert moving around out of the corner of their eye. After growing up and being soul-crushed by the weight of adult life, Eugene returned to his estate with his wife to find Robert locked away in a chest. Ugh, I hate it. Mrs. Otto wasn't a huge fan of the old doll and demanded that Robert remain in the chest, and being a good husband, Eugene conceded. Remember fellas, happy wife, happy life. But this did not make Robert too happy. There were reports from house guests of hearing scurrying in the attic with that same creepy giggling. Even children passing by outside reported seeing Robert in the window staring at them and even making fun of them, though I'm not too sure how well they could see that from such a distance. Eugene, knowing that he locked Robert in the chest multiple times, would often find him sitting by the window. Fast forward, Eugene dies in 1974 and a new family moves into the house. Their curious daughter finds Robert and gets super excited. A new house and a creepy, decrepit, possessed doll? Where do I sign? But it didn't take long for everything to come full circle. The daughter would wake up screaming for her parents when she saw Robert moving about the room. In response, her parents were all neat and slammed Robert into a box and gave him away. The devilish doll is now on display at the East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, where you can meet him yourself. Or you can deal with that shadow person that's currently staring at you from the corner of your bedroom. Sleep tight.